117 117. This offer is not available in stores, so call now.
Luna! Where's Luna? Xena? Xena? Where's Luna?
It's time for our Seen and Unseen segment where we reveal the stories behind the headlines. For that, we're joined by Fox News contributor Raymond Arroyo, whose new book, The Spider Who Saved Christmas, is out tomorrow. All right, Raymond, Joe Biden was off the trail today, but the coverage of his Florida campaigning was scant. So what did we miss?
Well, Laura, Biden went down to Florida to make his case to seniors, but he sounded like a...
and the Paycheck Protection Program, but he wants Democrats to authorize over $300 billion already in the Treasury Department account.
Hello.
The National Monetary Fund is calling on private creditors and China to offer increased debt relief for developing countries struggling with the economic fallout from the coronavirus pandemic. CNN John Defterios is in Abu Dhabi. He joins us live. You know, John, we talked about this last hour. Just this divide in what countries have at their disposal. The US, the biggest country that has the biggest arsenal, if you like, can decide how much it wants to spend. Other countries don't have that luxury.
Yeah, that's for sure. We're in the case of the have and the have-nots, John, and it is the second wave. So very difficult for the developing countries, especially those on extreme poverty, to cope with this. And then the willingness of the G20 countries to actually spend even more at home and not just abroad. So the message coming from the heads of the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank, Kristalina Georgieva and David Malpass, is don't pull back at home domestically and continue to focus on the world's poorest countries. It's vital. The World Bank has put another $25 billion to the developing world. Doesn't seem like a lot of money. Another $12 billion for vaccine distribution, because this will be vital when they get access to those. But his warning here in COVID-19, we're not talking about recessions in different economies around the world, John. We're talking about a depression for the poorest countries. Let's take a listen.
For many developing countries and the people in the poorest countries, it is truly a depression, a catastrophic event, and it is continuing to add to the ranks of those in extreme poverty.
And the calculation is by the World Bank, as they're at the autumn meetings, is they'll add 150 million people to extreme poverty, and that is ranked living at about $2 a day or less, John, and they will not eradicate poverty. They've already said it now in 2030 for the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations.
Right now it seems that the industrialized world, or the richer countries, are not doing a whole lot to help these economies in the developing world, which are struggling because during the pandemic. That seems to be very short-term, or very short-sighted, if you like, because what happens in the developing world in terms of this pandemic will find its way back to Europe, back to the United States, back to Australia and the world parts of Asia.
Yeah, and this was my concern at the very beginning of the outbreak, John, back in February when it started to heat up, is that the focus has been domestically. We're looking at about $12 trillion within the G20 spent, but most of that is being utilized at home. I can understand it, but